Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea, and if you're new here, hi, how are you? I am back. I have not filmed a video in 2 years, I believe, and that is because a lot has happened since then. I have a whole nother baby. Emma, my daughter, is 2 years old. My new baby girl, Eliana, she is 5 months, and I was working full time and then coming home to a baby, and it was a lot going on. So I just let YouTube I let it go. I let it go because I thought no one really would care what I had to say. I let it go because I thought like people were making fun of me, like behind my back. But you know what? I care about what I have to say, and I care about talking about infertility and talking about PCOS and bringing awareness to something that so many women go through, and talking about my family and talking about my babies. And now that I'm home, and we have been home for so long, and I'm not working anymore since I had a baby not too long ago, plus this whole COVID and quarantine, I said to myself, you know what? Why not get back into it? You loved making videos, and I really did. I loved making videos. I loved editing it. I loved the whole concept of it. And what really got me thinking about coming back to it was in the 2 years I stopped filming, even though I only have like 300 subscribers, people didn't stop subscribing. And if I had one subscriber a day, every 2 days, every 3 days, that was like, wow. Like, I haven't uploaded in 2 years and people are still subscribing, and people are still leaving me comments on my PCOS journey and my pregnancy journey. So some people really do care about what I have to say and want to know my story and want to know about my infertility and want to know how I got pregnant. That is why I'm making a brand new video, and I'm going to tell you guys about how I found out I got pregnant naturally with my second baby. And this is something I never ever thought I could ever say, because when you are diagnosed with something like PCOS or infertility, and the words "you might never have a baby" come to you, or you might have a baby but it's gonna happen with treatment, you kind of think that is going to be your reality forever. And that was my case. I thought that was going to be my reality. With Emma, as you guys know from my previous videos, I had started a treatment, or I had started to take the steps towards a treatment. I went on metformin for a month and a half, and then I got pregnant. So, sorry, that's her yelling. So it happened really fast, but I did take something to kind of jumpstart my period, or to jumpstart my fertility treatment. And this story is so crazy because the way I found out I was pregnant was, I didn't think I was pregnant. In fact, I took a pregnancy test a week before I found out, and it was negative. And we'll get to it. But my baby, Emma, my first baby girl, she was 11 months when we got pregnant with Ellie, our second baby girl. And never did I think this was going to be possible. It didn't cross my mind at all. I was still breastfeeding. And when you breastfeed, it's kind of like a birth control, when you're breastfeeding. And I was back at work. I was working full time. I was pumping at work. So my baby was, being fed bottles. And then when I would get home and pick her up from work, I would just breastfeed the rest of the night. So I was still breastfeeding. I was not on any medicine. I was not on birth control because I was never on birth control for a whole 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and we never got pregnant. So why would I go back to it, So I was not on birth control. I was breastfeeding. We weren't trying. I mean, we were, being intimate because, that's what you do when you're married. But we weren't actively trying or anything. And we would always joke like, oh, by the time Emma's 1, like, we want to get pregnant. We would love to be pregnant. But we never in a million years thought like that was going to be our reality. So She was 11 months when we did get pregnant. Obviously, we didn't know that. So her birthday came around, and her birthday is June 13th, and her birthday party was June 15th of last year. And we threw a party at a park, and we had been planning it for about a month, you know, doing everything for it. I was so excited to celebrate my baby's first year. It goes by so incredibly fast. But anyway, the day, I'm sorry, let me backtrack because this is important. So a week before, or 2 weeks before, my grandmother, who lives with me right now, she travels between Florida and Texas because my mom and me and my brother, and we live here in Florida, and my aunt, my mom's sister, her other daughter, lives in Texas. So she's here half the year and then half the year in Texas so she can be with all of us. So my husband and I went to pick her up last year so she could be here from June to December, January, because she doesn't really love the cold. In Texas, you know, it gets really cold in here. We don't really have a winter. So we picked her up. We took a road trip. We left Emma with my mom and my mother-in-law, and we took a road trip. It took us a day and a half to get there, and then we were there for a couple days, and then we came back. And when I came back, when I went to my mom's house, my mom took one look at me and said, I'm going to say it in Spanish because I want to say it exactly how she said it. She said, Andrea, tú estás preñada. And I was like, Mom, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. There's no way. I have no symptoms. I'm breastfeeding. You're crazy. I have PCOS. Like, that's never going to happen. And she said to me, you are pregnant and you'll see. And I was like, Mom, you're freaking insane. Like, no, I'm not. It turns out I was. But I was like, okay, my mother is insane. Like, there's no way. So that same day, I came to my house. I took a pregnancy test since I had, you know, just about 1 million laying around, as you do when you have PCOS and you want to get pregnant forever. So I took a pregnancy test and it was negative. And I texted my mom. I took a picture of it. I texted her. I was like, ha, you see, you're crazy. I'm not pregnant. You're insane. You're crazy. She said to me, that is a false negative. You're pregnant. I don't know what it is about what she saw in me, but she knew. With breastfeeding, I had lost a lot of weight. So, yeah, I had lost a lot of weight with breastfeeding Emma. So I was like super happy. Like, I was fitting in clothes I never thought I was gonna fit into, clothes in my closet that I had there forever. You know, like when you hold on to something because you think you're gonna fit into it. I was wearing those clothes, so I was super happy. But right before I got pregnant, or right before I knew I got pregnant, I had started gaining a little weight. So that's what she told me. She's like, I don't know, your body's changing a little bit. Like, that's why I think you're pregnant. Like, and there's just something about you. Like, I know you're pregnant. So Emma's birthday comes by, and on her birthday party, the actual party, it was on the 15th, and it was at a park. And summer in Florida is hot. I mean, it's blazing hot. It's incredibly hot. But we have so much family, like we wanted to go all out, and my house is not that big, so we decided to throw it at a park, the same park where we had her baby shower. So we're at the park and I'm sick. I am so sick the whole entire time. I mean, like, I was eating food and gagging, and I was just so sick, and I was peeing a lot. So that was a little weird to me. So that was the 15th, June 15th. And the next day was Father's Day. And something I do want to say is that Emma, right when she turned 1, probably a few days right before, she weaned on her own. One day she took the boob, and then the next day she wanted nothing to do with it. And I mean, I would put it in her mouth and she was just like spitting it out. So she wanted nothing to do with breastfeeding anymore. And I was so sad because I wanted to breastfeed as long as, you know, she would want to. So that was something weird too that was like in the back of my mind, because it was so random. And so the 16th, it ended up being Father's Day. And I was like, you know what? Emma weaned on her own. I'm not gonna breastfeed anymore. I haven't had a drink in so long. I'm gonna drink. And I was so happy. And I had 2 margaritas. And I was a little buzzed because it had been so long. And I was having such a great time. And suddenly I felt sick. And so I stopped drinking. And I was like, what is happening? What is going on? Why am I feeling sick? But I was like, whatever. I let it go. I just thought, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe the food, you know, didn't sit well or something. I don't know. Anyway, that was the 16th. June 20th is my mother-in-law's birthday. And that day, I remember I was watching Tarzan. Or was it Hercules? I can't remember. It was one of the two. But you guys know that I love Disney. Like, obsessed with Disney. Like, I know every song, every movie, everything. And I always cry with Disney movies. It's not something weird. It's something very normal that I cry. And I was crying. But I was crying a lot. I mean, it was quite a lot. It was more than what I'm used to crying. It was Tarzan. It was definitely Tarzan because Kerchak was dying and I lost it. I mean, I have watched this movie since I was a child a million times and I lost it. And I don't know what came over me, but I said, I'm going to take another pregnancy test. I took one a week ago. It was negative, but I'm going to take another one. And I'm going to put a picture up so you guys can see. I think I'm pregnant. I think I'm pregnant. And I'm going to have to take a test. And I will show results because my mom keeps telling me I'm pregnant because of, she says my body has changed. And I guess it has a little bit. I guess I've gained a little weight, but I always thought it was because I stopped breastfeeding Emma because she weaned on her own. And because of my PCOS and never really getting my period, I've only gotten it once since I gave birth to Emma when she was 9 months. So I never know when I'm ovulating and stuff. So I mean, it's possible I'm pregnant because we don't use protection, but I have no idea. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, I guess. This is so nerve-wracking. I took that test and immediately the 2 lines showed up. Super dark. I mean, it was immediately. And I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I could not believe that I got pregnant naturally while breastfeeding without actively trying, without tracking anything because I had only gotten my period once when Emma was 9 months. I mean, it was a miracle, a true, beautiful miracle. And I don't know how it happened because we did nothing to plan it. I am just so thankful, so grateful. I truly believe it's a miracle. I am just over the moon to have my 2 baby girls. I always wanted a sister. I have 4 brothers, 2 whom I've never met, and then the 2 that I have here. And I always wanted a sister, and I didn't get a sister. So I'm so happy that I have 2 baby girls because they're gonna have each other and they're gonna be best friends, and their bond is so beautiful. I mean, they love each other, and that just makes my mama heart so happy. But that is the story of how I found out I got pregnant naturally with PCOS. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, leave me comments, any questions you have. I do want to make a pregnancy journey part 2 with Ellie's pregnancy, because I also bled during this pregnancy, which it's crazy and it was very scary. But I did bleed as well. And I also wanted to make a video comparing my 2 birth stories, because Emma's was completely natural and unmedicated, and Ellie's was medicated, and I got induced because I also went over 40 weeks with her. So if you guys would like to see those videos, please leave me a comment and let me know, because those are the 2 videos I have on my mind to make. I am so excited to come back to YouTube and make these videos, because I truly love making them. I love making YouTube videos. I love talking to, you know, an empty room and a camera screen, but I know some people watch them and they're interested in what I have to say, and that's all that matters. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, guys. Bye.